Hello and welcome back to our 2021 school year. My name is Mr. Arthur. I'm one of your ag teachers, and in a minute you'll meet Miss Lawhorn as she'll come up here and introduce herself as well. I'm the ag teacher that teaches Ag Science 1 at the high school. I also teach both horticulture classes here at the high school, and then I also teach both the shop classes at the high school. And when Miss Lawhorn gets up here, she'll introduce what classes she teaches. A little bit about myself. I'm currently starting my 30th year of teaching, believe it or not. So, and then this will also be my, this is going to be 7th or 6th? 7th in Broken Arrow, because Miss Lawhorn, I think, is a year behind me. I also have two boys. One of them is married and 26, and the other boy is 16 and currently in high school. So that's a little bit about myself. I did graduate from Oklahoma State and majored in Ag Ed, and don't know what else to tell you, but that's who I am.
I'm Miss Lawhorn, and I currently teach Ag 1 at the Freshman Academy. I also teach both animal sciences here at the high school, and I also teach AgCom here at the high school. This is my 6th year teaching and my 6th year at Broken Arrow. I have no kids. I'm a dog mom. I don't know anything else.
Okay, next, ag classes and what will be taught. I guess I kind of went over that a little bit with my classes. First off, in horticulture, we have two classes. One is the upper level, which you can take after you've taken Intro to Horticulture. So I do teach the horticulture class. Whether we do it online or live in person, you will learn all the care and production of plants, vegetables, trees, shrubs, ornamental flowers. We have about 3 planting seasons really. One of them is a spring, summer, fall season, which those plants are already currently growing and going, and we will get rid of those plants around October. Actually the week of October 12th. Actually we'll start selling them October 12th. And that's basically our mums and pansies. When they're gone, we have a winter Christmas production of plants, and we sell them right at Christmas. They're done, and then when we come back in January and February and March, we start getting ready with all our spring plants. But we teach you all that it entails in identifying, being able to take care of pests and noxious diseases, you know, all that's involved in the horticulture or plant industry is what we teach in horticulture. Then I also teach the Power and Tech, which that's everything related with hands-on shop activities, welding, cutting metal. It's really focused on metal fabrication, but we also get into plumbing a little bit, electricity a little bit, and some other facets that deal with the shop. And then my Intro to Ag Science class, along with Miss Lawhorn's, that she'll talk about too. It teaches you all 3 of these, which she'll explain what's taught in animal science. But my Intro to Ag class will talk about all the shop, horticulture, and animal science things, the beginning entry levels that you might learn later on.
Okay. In animal science, you're going to learn basic veterinary assistant techniques. So you're going to learn all the tools that is involved in the vet science side of things. You're going to learn about different parasites, the different breed of animals that you would see in a vet office, and things like that. You will also learn how to give injections to animals and how to take care of your animals properly. That's just a little bit of animal science. So your Intro to Agri-Science is going to cover the broad topics of all 3 of those courses put together.
Okay, the next agenda will be, I hope, if we get it back up here. Nope, Miss Lawhorn's going. Anyway, I think we're going into the FFA portion. And we'll see if that, yep. Okay, what is the FFA? FFA is an organization that goes along with ag class that you must be enrolled in ag class to be able to participate. So if you're watching this video, you're in ag class. Or if we see you live, we'll be able to describe this to you as well. But the FFA is an organization that you can join if you would like to. It's not required. You don't have to join FFA if you don't want to. But if you would like to, this is available for you. And what do you do? The FFA, we have leadership activities that you can participate in both locally and statewide. For instance, locally, we might put on an FFA meeting each month. We do normally. That you can participate in. They're normally a lot of fun. We have fun activities with it, as well as we learn a little bit about upcoming activities and things that need to be done for the organization. We also have competitions. Sometimes a competition might entail your knowledge that you've learned in class, or it might be a competition that you compete against with your project. For instance, if you have a goat and you show that goat against other kids' goats, there is competitions like that for you to be a part of. Or let's say like in horticulture class, you go compete with what you've learned in horticulture against another kid in nursery landscape judging or something of that nature. We also, I guess that's pretty much it. The statewide leadership activities might be state FFA convention that we participate in, or Colts conference, or FFA alumni camp. All those type of activities are available. So that's pretty much what the FFA is. Now, what's it take to be in it? What it takes is you must do a $60 activity account. You have to make that much. And you've got a lot of opportunities to do that. For one is meat sales, which we'll talk about a little bit later, how you can make money toward your account. Another is the plant sales. Or another way might be to work extra above out of school in an activity where we pay toward your FFA account for doing that. So there is ways for you to be able to become an FFA member without just having to pay to be an FFA member. But that is also an option. Some kids would prefer to not sell meat, to not sell plants, or not to have to come up here and work in the evenings. They would rather just buy out. You can do that. But any way you do it, whether you sell plants, whether you sell meat, whether you do the buyout, whether you come up and work, you have to earn $60 toward your account, activity account, and you become an FFA member. Can you earn money toward your activity account and not be an FFA member? Yes. The activity accounts and FFA are going to be separate entities. So kids can put toward their activity ag account or toward your FFA account. So that's what FFA is and how you become an FFA member. Okay, I'll let you go ahead and go over the social media because Miss Longhorn is usually in charge of all the social media activities that we have.
To keep up to date with all things FFA that we're doing, we ask that you follow both of our social media accounts that we keep. We keep a Facebook, which is Broken Arrow FFA, and then we also keep an Instagram that's at Broken Arrow FFA. These we keep up to date with all of our activities we're doing, due dates, we show our show results, we send pictures, and just to keep everyone informed about what we're doing FFA-wise. That's pretty much it on that.
Okay, earlier we were talking about our accounts and activity accounts and how you become an FFA member. This is how we keep a spreadsheet of it and what you can actually purchase with your activity account. So, for instance, we said earlier if you sold meat, here is the meat and the flowers that are available for you to sell and how much you would make toward your activity account. as you make money toward your activity account, we keep a spreadsheet that'll have your name on it and how much money that you've earned in your activity account. Or as you spend money out of your activity account, it'll show basically your balance of what you have in there and what you've spent and that type of thing. So, for instance, you can just read on here, if you sell a stick of sausage, you're going to make $1 toward your activity account for that sausage. So now, we also have fundraisers later that do not count toward your activity account because we still have to raise money for the FFA to put on all our FFA meetings or put on our FFA banquet at the end of the year or pay for your state FFA convention. The spring plant sales and the winter plant sales that I talked about earlier that were in our horticulture class, those go toward those accounts. So kids can't earn money toward their activity account for selling those plants. Those plants are to basically raise money for the FFA. Here's what you can spend that money on in your activity account. You can spend them on t-shirts that we may have. You can spend it on the banquet at the end of the year. You can spend it on the meetings that we have. For instance, if you need to pay, you can't afford to pay for your mini golf and we'd go mini golfing, you could use your activity account to pay for the mini golf. We can buy FFA supplies. We can buy supplies for your show. We can't buy the feed. We can't buy the animal itself, but we can help you with some of your show supplies, your entry fees. We can pay for some of your state FFA convention expenses. You can get plants. You can take them home in the spring and fall, and you don't have to pay for them because you already did. And then we can pay for some of your barn expenses. Here's an example down here how one of the students got profits from Blue Gold Meat. They also got profits for Mums. They profits for Pansies. They've got a total in their activity count of 30. So if they decide, for example, they wanted to be an FFA member, how much did that cost? $60. So right now they've earned $30 toward that, so they would only have to pay $30 buyout to become an FFA member to make that equal 60. So if that student would keep going and sell more meat, or came up and watered one time, they could make that get closer to $60. So we try to make it to where you kids can have more activities without having to pay a lot of money to do so. Okay, I think we go to meat sales next. Okay, do you want to do that? We'll just keep alternating. I think that works.
FFA meat sales is one way that you can earn money into your account and help raise money for FFA. So our meat sales start September 3rd. We will send out an order form for you in class, or we will have an online option for you to print at home an order form too. Orders start on September 3rd. They will run until September 14th. We will need those back to us so we can call in those meat orders. The meat will then come in the week of September 21st. So anytime during the week of September 21st, we could get a call that our meat is in. We will have a more specific date after the 14th, and we'll let you know that then. After the meat comes in, you're going to have to pick it up when it comes in on that day, and then you have until October 8th to get all the money from your meat sales to us. You need to sell $250 in your meat sales to become an FFA member, or do the $60 buyout, and you don't have to worry about selling any extra meat unless you want to put profit into your FFA accounts or your activity accounts.
And I don't know if this is the last one, but I think we're getting pretty close. Due to the pandemic and the coronavirus, we weren't able to do our officer retreat this year to discuss the FFA shirts and what we were going to select. Luckily, we have a lady that did the t-shirts for us a year ago, that also does all the clothing for the Tiger Threads. And she got to work on this for us and came up with a great design for us, and we're just gonna go ahead and roll with it. This will be the shirt design this year, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but I think the shirt colors are what?
Shirt color's a blue tint on it, and I will put a more accurate picture on your social media account so you can see it a little bit better. But the shirts are blue with gold, black, and white writing.
And this says FFA, and I don't know if you'll be able to see that right there, but it has the BA signal as well. So it's a simple shirt, simple design, but very nice. The reason why you would want one of these is anytime that we have an activity that we say, wear your activity shirt. This is our activity shirt for this year. If you're purchasing them, then, normally, $10. We normally will have some kind of hoodie that looks...
Yeah, the hoodies will look
like
exactly like it with the same soft material that it was last year.
So we'll have an order form given to you. I'll let Ms. Longhorn go over those dates.
The order forms will be available September 3rd, the same day that they are for the meat sales. I will have an online order form for you guys also. Money and the order forms are due September 14th. These are prepaid shirts before you get them in. That would be the only difference between that and the meat sales. We have a limited availability of hats from last year, the black and white with Broken Arrow FFA on them, that we'll have available for sale also.
Okay, so those are available for you now. I want to stress this point. Just because you're in ag class, you do not have to do this. You do not have to get an FFA shirt. You do not have to sell meat. You do not have to do the buyout. That's all activities if you want to on top of your ag class. It will not affect your grade whatsoever. If you just wanted to be in it, to be an ag and be an ag class, what we went over before, what you will learn in Ag Science 1, because most of you that are concerned with this would be in that class. All the kids that are in the horticulture shop and animal science, they've been in ag before, so they know what the FFA is, and they were wanting this information. We're talking to Ag 1 right now. You kids, all you'd have to do is, all you're going to learn is a lot about shop, hands-on activities, your horticulture plants, and about animal science, and a little bit about leadership and those type of activities in your ag class, and that's totally separate. So what we're going over right now, you do not have to do, but can you? Yes, I think you would want to. Most kids that are in Ag 1, they want to be, or in agriculture, they want to be a part, because this is the fun part. So if you want to be involved in the fun part that's extra with ag class, you would want to be a part of this, and we make it to where it really don't cost you anything if you want to be able to get involved. There's a lot of ways that you can be involved in this without it. And then also understand that if you're in ag class, you're going to have an activity account. So whatever you put toward that activity account, it'll come back to you. So you can use it for this, or you can use it for something else when it comes to it.
Also, if you sell the $250 in the meat sales, we give you a free t-shirt of your size that you need. That's the only way you can get a free t-shirt unless you buy it through your activity account. No, in your activity account, you cannot spend any of that money unless it's approved by me or Mr. Arthur. That's the only way you can get to spend it.
Yeah, and we can't just give you money. We can't just give you cash or anything like that. That's illegal. So you would have to be able to buy it on an approved, or spend that money on an approved activity that we can purchase for you. For instance, banquet tickets, or things like that, or something that you might be able to use for class. For instance, if we're building miniature greenhouses in horticulture, and you're wanting supplies for your greenhouse that are extra and above what Ms. Longhorn and I supplied for you in class, if you say, can I purchase hot glue or whatever it is you're wanting using by activity account, yes. That would be an approved activity for a kid that's not an FFA to be able to spend their money on their activity account.
Or if you wanted maybe a decorative pot for a plant you got from the greenhouse, we could get that approved for you
Right.
through your activity account.
So if it's supplies like that, classroom supplies or anything like that, yes, we can purchase all that type of stuff using your activity account, purchase it for you. Because we've got vendors that we can use to purchase those from and then take it out of your account. I hope that's clear on all the differences between FFA, ag, activity accounts, what they are, what our ag class is, and those type of things.
If you have any questions, feel free to message us through Canvas, or you can message us at our emails, which I'll attach at the end of the video, so they'll be available for use for you. You can feel free to email either of us on anything, any questions you do have.
Okay, that wraps it up for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.